Hey guys, this is Dow Phoenix, and this is a little bit late I know, but this is the February 2016 pickups video, where I cover all the gaming related stuff that I picked up for the month. I want to go ahead and get started right away because I'm really excited for this one here. It's a Sega Genesis Model 1. Now, I'm no stranger to the Sega Genesis, but this is the first time I've ever actually owned a Model 1 Sega Genesis. Ever since I played my very first ever Model 1 system, well, it's not mine, it was a friend of mine's back in like spring of 1990, I believe. For whatever reason, him and his family decided to sell off their Nintendo stuff and get a Sega Genesis back then. So they were amongst the first probably million or two people that actually had a Sega Genesis in North America. And that's really cool. A lot of great games on the Sega Genesis. It's a really perfect console to get into if you're new to game collecting. For one reason, it's got a great game library. Two, the games are cheap. A lot of them are cheap. I mean, there are some exceptions, but if you look at the game prices for Sega Genesis games versus Super Nintendo, they're dirt cheap. And it's not really because of a lack of quality, because there are a lot of really good games on the Genesis, although some of the really good ones are kind of pricey, so that's something to keep in mind. But the reason why I got this, see, I've already got a JVC Xi, also known as the JVC Cross-Eye, which is actually a very limited edition Sega Genesis / Sega CD combo system that also has karaoke features, which, strangely enough, for some reason, they thought that was a good idea to throw in there. But the great thing about that console, as I've noticed, is that it's worth quite a lot of money now. I only paid $80 for it back in 2009, I believe, after begging the local game store owner endlessly to sell the system to me. And because I was a good customer, they decided to keep it around as a showpiece because it was rare, but they're like, sure, we'll sell it to you, for your $80, And I think that was probably a little bit more than the average back then, but they were hard to come by, even then. But the prices have really shot up now, and I've realized after, looking at the video game bubble that I'm more of a player and not a collector. So I decided to get one of the classic Model 1 Gennies, because these are considered the best Genesis systems. And I'm going to sell the Cross-Eye, or Xi, on eBay. I don't know exactly how much I'll get out of it, but it seems like most eBay auctions I've seen, they go around $250 to $500. And they actually sell at that price. So, and I got this for a cool $40. So, what's the point? Obviously, I don't really play Sega CD. Even if I did, I can probably get a Sega CD attachment for a reasonable price for this system. So, it just makes sense for me, honestly. I did get one game cartridge with it, which is Sonic Spinball. It was a pack-in game that came with it. And even though these aren't pickups, these are the other games I have on the Genesis. I have one other loose cart, which is X-Men 2, a really good co-op game. I highly recommend it. Better than Sonic Spinball, I must admit. Revenge of Shinobi, which this game is just all kinds of badass. This is probably one of the best ninja-based games ever made. Excellent stages, excellent soundtrack, excellent boss battles. It's just a fantastic game. I mean, it's really hard to say, but it's really hard to say. I love ninja games. Obviously, I've let's play Ninja Gaiden for the NES, which is another really awesome ninja game. If you're a Sega guy, you played Shinobi, not Ninja Gaiden. That's pretty much the best way to put it. Sonic 2, which is, it's what can you really say about Sonic 2 that hasn't already been said? This is just an awesome platforming game. And arguably the best Sonic game ever made. And interestingly enough, out of the Sonic games for the Genesis, I actually learned a pretty fun fact listening to the Classic Gamer podcast. This is the only Sonic game that was made in America from the Genesis. So, suck it, Japanese developers. Just kidding. And then I also got Rocket Knight Adventures, which got that Konami logo. Better hide it so I don't get claimed on my channel, right? But this is a really fun game. I think it's a little overrated, honestly. because a lot of people praise it for everything. It's a really fun game, but it doesn't compare to these two, in my opinion. Sorry. But the graphics are really nice. I really like the soundtrack. I think it's a little too challenging. You know, it's a little too difficult, even for games back then. And I think maybe that's kind of the main problem. But it's still a good game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna hate on it, right? So that's my Epic Sega Genesis collection. Now, the next item is even rarer than anything I've ever gotten, I think, at all, which is Saturday Morning RPG for the PS Vita. You may be wondering, wait, this is a physical copy of the game? Yes. I actually bought this because of my good buddy MagusX1, who's probably the only YouTuber that gets my name wrong. He calls me Dark Phoenix all the time, which and I really get a crack out of it. It doesn't bother me, but I got this basically because of him. He constantly recommended this game, and I seen Limited Run Games, who they're the company that put out the limited release of this, limited to 2,500 Vita copies and 2,500 PS4 copies, which the PS4 copies are already sold out, I think, but that was okay because I'm really short on my Vita library anyways, so I figure I'll just get the Vita version. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it has, I haven't even opened it yet, it's still in the shrink wrap. So maybe it has a downloadable code and it's crossplay so I can play on PS4 also. That'd be nice, but whatever. Now we're going to move to the 360 games, which I've got 4 of them this month. First one was Dark Sector. Never played this game before, but hey, it was dirt cheap. $2 at GameStop, you know, and what the really interesting thing about this game, if you've never known anything about this, this is actually the first ever announced next-gen game, as in, like, back before the 360, PS3, etc. were even a thing at all. This was the very first game ever announced that was coming out for those consoles at that time. And it's really interesting because this game actually didn't come out, I think, until 2008 or so. But it was announced back in like 2003 or something like that. You know, it was the first game that was officially announced as a next-gen game for that generation. And it didn't turn out too great for some reason, but I figured $2 and it has an interesting concept with the attack. Why not? The next one, the game a lot of haters gonna hate, but it's Halo 3 ODST. ODST is a really interesting game. It's actually probably one of my favorite Halo campaigns. It's really short. It's only like about 3 to 4 hours long. It's actually the shortest Halo campaign. It's just a GameStop sticker, you know, that's important. Yeah, the thing about this game is the campaign was just really well done in this game. It is short and sweet, essentially. You know, it didn't seem like it was missing anything, even though it was short. And it also has the complete Halo 3 multiplayer experience, so if you didn't want to buy the DLC packs, it was all on this disc, which was nice. Got it for $5. Then, sorry about the tripod here, but I had an issue. This was kind of a dumb mistake when I bought Gears of War 3, and I bought Gears of War 3, because apparently I forgot that I bought Gears of War 3 in the same month. Yeah. That's a really funny story, isn't it? I mean, there is no excuse for that, ABC, but it is a boon for you guys. Why not do a giveaway of one of these copies of Gears of War 3 right here on this channel? What do you gotta do? Well, I'll tell you what. I did a game review for a game called Town of Salem, which I did it back on February 13th. If you want to win a copy, potentially, of Gears of War 3 for the Xbox 360, share that video, and then post proof of it in the video comments. So that could be like a like on Twitter, a share on Facebook, any type of social media, really. Just show that you shared it to at least one place and post a proof in the comments. And you'll be entered to win a copy of Gears of War 3. Now, you're going to post it in the comments of the video here, not the Town of Salem video. You're going to post it here. You're going to share the Town of Salem video so that more people can see it, because that's my biggest video this month. and I wanted people to see that. But you're going to post a proof of that in this video description, this video comment below. So, you know, all you got to do is go to the Town of Salem video, give it a like or click share or whatever to your favorite social media so that people can see it, and then post it down here in these comments on this video. And you might win a copy of Gears of War 3. I'll just do a random number generator. It doesn't matter. I'll pay for the shipping. Just, you know, if you're interested in a copy of Gears of War 3, that's all you got to do. So, so I only need one copy. You know, I'm not going to bother trading in the GameStop for a quarter. So, there you go. So let's go ahead and show off 2 PlayStation 3 games that I got. So the first one is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Ghost Recon Future Soldier. What a mouthful. Oh, it's a Signature Edition. And it's only on PlayStation. PlayStation Move compatible. About half of this whole cover is just words. Not really a very good cover design, but supposedly it's a good game. I played the beta of it a long time ago, and it kind of sucked in my opinion, but it was a beta, and it was very bare bones, and it was only $3, so why not? And then I also got Dante's Inferno, which I've heard a lot of mixed things about this, but honestly, this seems like my kind of game. I've noticed I haven't bought a lot of EA games in a while, which is not the reason I bought this, but I really do love the developer to make this game, Visceral Games, and they made some excellent games like the Dead Space games and so on. And then even a lot of people crapped on it, but Battlefield Hardline actually had some pretty promising stuff. I actually enjoyed playing the beta of that quite a lot. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to buying the game, but yeah, I did get. And the last game things I got here, they're all PS4 games. So the first 2 I'm going to show here: Just Cause 3, Rainbow Six Siege. Now I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. I haven't played this one yet. This game is awesome. This is pretty much, in my opinion, the new game FPS-wise for competition, for esports, and so on. This is basically what Counter-Strike should be nowadays, essentially. Versus, you know, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is a game that plays like a game that came out in 2002. Which it pretty much is, because that series hasn't changed at all. That's another topic I need to talk about sometime. I know some people are going to be hating on me for dissing on CSGO, but I've got some really important things to say about that. But anyways, this is pretty much, like I said, this is what CSGO should be nowadays. It's just got a lot of tactical depth, great character customization, really fun gameplay. It does have some crappy microtransaction system, but fortunately you can unlock everything, basically, except for like a couple of, you know, like vanity things with the actual in-game currency, so that's really awesome. Just Cause 3, I'm a fan of Just Cause, so I bought Just Cause 3, Just Cause, right? You know, it's... but anyways, the pair of them... Oh. I just dropped a bunch of games. But the pair of them I got for $50, you know, at the local used game store, so it's totally worth it. This one haven't opened yet. Gravity Rush Remastered. Amazon Prime, bitches. You guys got to pre-order games with Amazon Prime. Only $24 when I already did that. I've heard this game was awesome on the PS Vita. I'm probably going to get around this one actually really soon. I'm going to play it this month, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to this one. And the last one, I've already played this game before, but I got a dirt-ass cheap deal on it. And this is Call of Duty Ghosts for the PlayStation 4. This is the Hardened Edition. It was only $20. Dirt cheap. I don't think I would even bother buying this, except for that. This is kind of a shit collection, honestly, as far as how the... It's a huge-ass box. I just want to show you. You got this slip cover with this huge-ass box. And, you know, it comes with the game, the season pass, a bonus map, and a paracord strap. And that's all it comes in. And it comes in this really nice display box, but there's, like, nothing in this. It's just a bunch of empty space. So, just to show you guys, this is the paracord strap right here. Yes. Yes, this is it right here. That's it. It's a really dumb little thing, but honestly, this whole collection was sold for what it was because of the season pass. So, I honestly don't know why I bought this still. It was just dirt cheap. It's just a hard deal to pass. Because I've already played Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's not that good of a Call of Duty game, but, you know, I mean, the campaign was okay. I actually liked the campaign of Ghosts, but it just, I don't know why I bought it again. Because, I mean, when I bought it the first time, it was on PS3, which was for $10 used, off of somebody that I met, and then I got it with my PS4. When I got my PS4, it came with it, and I sold it like a week or so later, you know. So I don't know why I bought it again, but yeah, I got another Call of Duty game to add with Black Ops 3 now on my PS4. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the pickup video. There's a lot of good stuff this month, and hope to keep it going here. But actually, what I'd liked to get some input on the Sega Genesis, I really want to make this my own baby. And what I was thinking about doing is painting this thing. I was going to take the shell off and, you know, do a custom paint job on this thing. Paint it how exactly? Well, I was thinking of doing Dreamcast colors. So instead of black, doing a nice cream white color, a little matte color, doing like the orange around here, make this black, you know. I was just gonna like trick this out. It probably won't work out, obviously. I think I might just kind of half-ass it, but that's what I ultimately would like to do with this thing. If, you know, if everything turns out great on it. And, yeah, so I guess that's all we got for now. So thanks for checking this out. Don't forget, if you want to win that copy of Gears of War 3, you've got to share the Town of Salem video and post a proof of it in the comments below. So, till then, and of course, and if you win, then I'll get in touch with you via private message or something like that, and we'll talk shipment details and things like that. So, but till then, Down Phoenix out.